very welcome to Easter Rising Stories Book of the Week. Today we're going to be looking at Peace After the Final Battle by John Dorney. This is the story of the Irish Revolution from 1912 to 1924. The title itself has many people curious. It's taken from a quote in the Irish Republican Brotherhood newspaper, Irish Freedom, in 1910, where they said, "War yesterday, war today, war tomorrow, peace after the final battle." In 10 gripping chapters, rounded off by a thoughtful, provoking conclusion, historian John Dorney explores the revolutionary years between 1912 and 1924, and how it was a struggle between good and evil in which the final battle aimed to right the wrongs of Irish history, to reverse the process of colonization. John Dorney has presented these times in the words of the participants, of both the men and women who are great and small. And the reason that he did this is because a great deal of the story of Ireland's nationalistic revolution remains basically untold. Dorney opens a door into the events before the revolution. It had been a country which welcomed royalty. Alderman J.J. Farrell, the former Lord Mayor of Dublin, declared in 1915, "The British government do not want anything from Dublin or the south of Ireland, but blood and money." He describes the consequences of the news of terrible losses at Gallipoli, 1915, when the 10th Irish Division suffered devastating casualties while trying to land on Turkish beaches, with up to 2/3 of the regiment being killed or wounded. When news of the losses reached Ireland, it shook even Castle Catholic or Catholic Unionist Catherine Tynan. She wrote, "For the first time came bitterness, for we felt that their lives had been thrown away and their heroism gone unrecognized." The lesser known stories of the determined struggle for independence are brought vividly to light. Here's another example. British counterstroke, August to December 1920. On the arrival of the new police recruits, the balance of terror shifted. IRA activists found themselves arrested, beaten, and shot. One of those arrested was Paul Galligan, IRA commandant and TD for Cavan. 10 armed black and tans burst into his father's house. His father has written, "Paul was in the kitchen just after tea. Paul rushed out the back door, pursued by 4 armed soldiers who fired several shots at him at short range. He got as far as McCann's garden gate, and while in the act of opening the gate, a rifle bullet went through the arm. Such savagery I never witnessed. They wouldn't give me time to have his wound dressed or allow him into the house, but dragged him into the motor and drove off." Dorney does not shirk from the bitterness of the Civil War. In September 1922, the Public Safety Bill was passed. Executioners needed only the signatures of 2 National Army officers, Cosgrave told the Dáil. "Although I have always objected to the death penalty, there is no other way that I know of in which ordered conditions can be restored in this country." Liam Lynch ordered the killing of any TD who'd voted for the murder bill, and also threatened hostile judges and newspaper editors. The war had entered its darkest phase, with all the malicious bitterness of a vendetta. A thought-provoking conclusion challenges the reader. Did the Free State live up to the ideals of 1916, for example? Dorney recounts how the blocking of the long-promised Home Rule in 1912 to 1914 incensed modern Irish nationalists, and compromised the legitimacy of the British state in Ireland. He reveals how, unusually for revolutions, the end of the Irish Revolution was negotiated. He reminds that in the 1930s, a projected Irish industrial base was established, as well as some social housing and welfare measures. He counters that they did not only paint the post boxes green, but he believes that the Irish Revolution marked a real end to the old order of British rule in Ireland, and was a true turning point in Irish history. John Dorney has a great blog and website, The Irish Story, and he's also written The Civil War in Dublin, The Fight for the Irish Capital, 1922 to 1924, which gives a no-holds-barred account of the Civil War from both sides. What really makes this book interesting is that it challenges the reader, while also taking you through from the years 1912 to 1924. It doesn't shy away from the Civil War. It doesn't shy away from what happened just directly after the Civil War either. It's a great book in terms of being balanced and exploring Irish history from a variety of different viewpoints, as it should be, to enhance our understanding of the topic. Highly recommend it.